bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo del canal. Estamos de vuelta con Genshin Impact y ha llegado el momento de continuar nuestro evento de temporada, en este caso, que no es otro que Sombras de Nieve y Polvo. Así que vamos a venir aquí para aprovechar a tope. Quedan, como veis, 8 días y 10 horas para el evento, así que vamos a ponernos a full y tocaría completar la misión principal. Así que, como veis, la tendríamos activada ya todos en misiones. El acto 3. Secreto en las cenizas. Regresas a Espina Dragón y te diriges al campamento para contarle tu historia a Albedo. Quizás el secreto yace enterrado debajo de esta montaña misteriosa y llena de peligro. ¿Qué puedo deciros? Se supone que ahora podemos usar el TP para venir aquí al lado de Albedo y continúa un evento que me ha gustado muchísimo, O sea, me ha parecido increíble de principio a fin. Los minijuegos son muy divertidos. Ya sabéis que aún nos faltaría la última oleada de minijuegos, que probablemente la tengáis después de este vídeo. Y es que anterior a este vídeo fue el enfrentamiento contra el bossazo. Me gustó mucho, la verdad, que todo lo que vi. Y lo que digo, ha estado interesante en todos los aspectos. O sea, hemos tenido cinemáticas chulas, hemos tenido un adversario bastante importante, pero conforme se quedó en el acto 2, la verdad que me ha dejado con más intriga que otra cosa, así que vamos a venir y hablar con Albedo a ver qué pasa.
Albedo.
Vamos a ver.
Traveler, Paimon.
Bueno, nos da la bienvenida.
I suppose your story is ready.
Yep. How about you? Do you need some more time?
No need. I am also ready to tell my story.
Paimon calls dibs. Paimon first.
Please, go ahead.
Okay, here goes. Once upon a time, there was an evil researcher who went into the mountains and did a crazy experiment on whopper flowers to transform their appearance. After a lot of pain and suffering, the whopper flowers finally took on a human form. Then they stood by the side of the mountain to wait for unsuspecting bypassers. To whoever spoke to them, they would ask some questions such as, "Who am I? Who are you?" If the bypasser got the wrong answer, the last sound they'd make would be a yelp before the whopper flower ate them alive in one bite.
Madre mía.
Ooh, truly frightening.
Paimon da miedo.
What the? You two aren't scared at all.
Tal vez soy muy fuerte.
Don't go nitpicking, okay? If you didn't like the story, go write your own.
En ese caso yo le agregaría algo más tenebroso. Las megafloras se comen a las personas para adoptar su aspecto.
In other words, the whopper flowers would ambush and then completely replace their victims.
Y luego roban su identidad.
And then what? Go back to where the person lives? Enter their home? Eat their whole family? Paimon made up this story, but now Paimon's the one who's scared by it.
It's a good story. Oh, may I write it down? I may bring it up in future conversations.
What for? Just to scare people with?
Yes.
You've got a real mean streak, Albedo.
Bueno, ¿cuál es tu historia?
Mine is a little longer than yours. It starts
Ojo,
with
ojo.
an alchemist. A great alchemist once created Subject 1. Subject 1 was her proudest achievement, and successfully blended into human society. No one ever would have thought that this friend of theirs was in fact a synthetic human. However, unbeknownst to Subject 1, the alchemist had tried the same experiment many times before he had come into being. Some of the rejects from failed
Vaya, su
experiments
historia no la está
had been
contando.
discarded, but had not died. Subject 2 was one such failed experiment. He was swallowed by a great dragon that came to rest upon a snow-swept mountain. Many years later, he was resurrected by the dragon's mysterious power. He saw all kinds of people on the mountain, including Subject 1, who had somehow miraculously blended in among them. Never in Subject 2's wildest imagination had he thought it possible for experimental life forms such as they to deceive everyone so successfully. He saw the way humans accepted Subject 1 as a friend. This was what Subject 2 wanted. Now, all that Subject 2 desired was to replace Subject 1.
This is giving Paimon the chills.
Subject 2 began to unfold his plan. He stole Subject 1's books and notes, and studied all that Subject 1 had learned from the alchemist. Subject 2 was highly intelligent, and he learned quickly.
Madre mía.
He changed his face into an exact replica of Subject 1's face. Then, he found a plant with mimicry
O sea, no
capabilities
era la planta, era
and
el
transformed
sujeto
it
número
using
2.
dragon blood and alchemy. And so, not only did Subject 2 transform his own appearance to perfectly match that of Subject 1, he also created a third entity, Subject 3.
What? There's 3 of them now?
But Subject 2 wanted to become a perfected human. So, he erased a mark in both his and Subject 3's necks. For these marks were symbols of imperfection.
Espera, entonces las ha borrado a propósito.
In my view, it was probably a subconscious act. He so desperately craved to become a perfect human being that he forgot something. Human beings are defined by their flaws. Subject 2's plan was meticulously crafted. Subject 3 would draw Subject 1's attention. After Subject 1 disposed of Subject 3, he would assume the threat had now disappeared and would let his guard down.
Ojo.
The next moment that Subject 1 was alone, Subject 2 would make his move. He would eliminate Subject 1 and become the only one remaining. He would secretly replace the Subject 1 of everyone's memories and inherit his identity, residence, clothing, sword, name, and friends. People would have no idea that the individual they knew had become somebody else from one day
Qué
to the
creepy.
next.
This is way too scary.
But just before Subject 2 could carry out his plan, a unique stranger entered the mix. Subject 2 tried to
somos
make
nosotros.
contact with his... What's wrong? Are you scared?
What happened then? What happened to the stranger?
He became a new stage in Subject 2's plan. One more person that Subject 2 had to dispose of. It's as if there were 3 identical roses in a garden. Only one of the 3 was a fine specimen, while the other 2 were defective specimens. In all the world, only the gardener who tended to them could tell which was the good specimen. People do not like poisonous plants. Only a perfect rose can fetch a high price. If the inferior specimens wanted to conceal the fact of their worthlessness, this is exactly what Subject 2 was thinking. So, he hid in the shadows and waited patiently. Maybe soon, he would get his chance to become truly human.
No es solo un cuento, claramente. Son eventos reales. Albedo quiere contarme la cruel e imaginable verdad.
That was intense. So what happened after that? Did Subject 2's plan succeed?
Fortunately, it is just a story. And even in this story, Subject 2 did not succeed. But you can never let your guard down on Dragonspine. Monsters mutated with Durin's power and blood are also creatures of Rhine-Daughter, just like me.
No digas eso, eres mi
You
amigo,
must
no un
beware
monstruo.
of all. I'm glad to hear that. It's okay. I know what I am. You and I are both different, so there is no need for me to hide the truth from you. The only thing is that sometimes, when I think about how mighty the power of alchemy is, I feel so small. As beings who set foot in this world, how arrogant are we in desiring to control our destiny? Is creation an arrogant act, traveler? If not, why do we call the ones that created us and control us gods?
Ojo.
If it is, then what qualifies us to call ourselves creators? How far must we take our reverence and respect? And what purpose does it serve?
¿Qué impresión tuviste cuando te enfrentaste al impostor?
Nothing special. But whenever I think about it, I feel a twinge of grief.
Poor Albedo.
Hello?
Vamos, que se le ha reventado al otro, ¿no? Entonces, lo que no salía en cámara.
Thought we might find you here.
Eula.
We're here to deliver a message from Cyrus. There's gonna be a big event down at the base camp, and they want you there too, traveler.
Winter camp is nearing its end.
Apparently, even provisional instructors are required to attend.
Vale.
Looks like we need to go, Albedo. Bye for now.
Then I won't keep you. I have some things to attend to here, so forgive me for not seeing you down.
Don't worry about it. There have been no issues getting up and down the mountain recently.
No está Bene
Is
con
everyone
vosotras. Eso ha sido golpe bajo para Bene, pero bueno, aquí está, activado. Vale, entonces ahora empieza el acto 3. Pues la intro ha estado brutalmente buena, ¿eh? Es lo que digo, la historia de Albedo creo que es de lo mejor que hemos visto en mucho tiempo, ¿eh? Está muy, muy interesante. Y bueno, si tenemos que ir al campamento, realmente yo lo que os recomendaría sería un poco el teleport y vamos para allá. Está aquí al lado, así que no debería ser complicado. Vamos allá. Ok, ya estamos aquí, avanzamos y a Leo. A ver qué pasa ahora.
Huh? Who is this guy?
Espera. A ver si ahora esto es el suplantador número 1, ¿eh? ¿No será el padre de Joel?
Allow me to introduce Yozerv. He's Joel's father.
Dad, this is that traveler I was telling you about. The traveler's helped me out loads in the past, and this time we even built a snowman together.
Joel has told me everything about you. I can't thank you enough.
Me alegra que por fin se hayan reencontrado.
Wow, this is amazing. Wait a second. Why is Cyrus discreetly wiping tears away?
Pallid is the hero of the hour this time. Go on, Pallid. Tell us what happened in your own words.
Okay. The weather was fine on that fateful day, and I had a feeling that Lady Luck was smiling down on me. So I trusted my gut and set off to explore somewhere new, somewhere dangerous. Because where there is great danger, there is also great treasure.
Why does this sound so hard to believe?
But I had only been away from the group for a short while when I fell down a slope and just started rolling.
Uh-oh.
Did my bad luck rub off on him when we ran into each other on the mountain?
The place I fell to was somewhere I didn't recognize, and I'd sustained a few injuries. I remember thinking to myself, this is the worst luck I've ever had in my whole life. Then I met Yozerv. He'd heard the sound of me falling and came out to see what was going on.
Huh?
Wow, so it was completely by chance then.
I thought he must have been someone from the Adventurers Guild here for the event, but after a few words of conversation, it was clear that he was having memory problems. He didn't even know his own name. The temperature was freezing, and there was no time to deal with all that there and then, so I convinced him to come back to the camp with me and figure everything else out after we got there. We got back to the camp, ran into Joel, and the moment he saw him, he froze for a second with this completely stunned expression on his face, and then he started crying out, "Dad! Dad!" That's when Yozerv suddenly started to remember.
My memory has still not fully recovered, but Joel and his mother, they are the only ones that I will not know.
Daddy.
Daddy's right here, Joel. Daddy's right here.
Yozerv, don't you remember anything else at all? The poor princess, feeding the foxes?
I'm sorry. I have no recollection. Maybe it's because of the head trauma. I woke up and found myself covered in blood. My things were gone, and there was nothing to indicate who I was. Or I crawled into a cave and settled in for a slow recovery. After my legs and feet were a little better, my hunting skills were what kept me alive.
Dad, I was so worried about you.
I'm all right now, Joel. Oh, don't cry. Daddy's not going anywhere.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
Bien está lo que bien acaba.
You know what, though? I definitely think my luck got worse after running into Benin on that mountain.
I knew it.
No. I just meant if it weren't for you, there's no way I ever would have run into Yozerv on a mountain this huge. Besides, we got back safely, didn't we? So don't blame yourself. Maybe sometimes miracles can only happen when you get just unlucky
Qué
enough.
golpetazo.
Pallid. When did you become such a smooth talker, huh?
Huh? Am I? I was just telling the truth.
Oh, yeah. I want to say thank you to the Traveler, Uncle Cyrus, Auntie Eula, and Auntie Amber. Thanks, everyone. You all helped look after me, and I will always remember it. But I guess I can't take the snowman with me, or it'll melt once it leaves Dragonspine.
Oh, I can help with that. One moment.
Huh?
Here, take this. It's powdered rime. Just add it to your snowman, and it will never melt.
¡Ojo!
Wow! Really? Oh, this is awesome! You're the best, Auntie Eula! Dad, I have an unmeltable snowman now!
How can I ever repay you all?
Verlos juntos de nuevo es más que suficiente.
Thank you all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Dad, I want to go move the snowman. Can we do it now, please?
Okay. I'll be leaving with Joel now. I'm sure I'll see you all another day.
Very well, very well. It's time for Pallid and I to have another discussion concerning his breaches of adventurer discipline.
Huh? But Cyrus, I think I kind of made up for my mistakes
Pobre
this time,
Pallad,
you
siempre se
know?
come la bronca.
See you guys.
Oh, I made this for you and Amber. Think of it as a winter souvenir.
Aw, are you sure? This must be really important to you.
Come on now, just take it. No need to make such a fuss.
Wow. Now our snowman won't melt either. Great.
Gracias, Eula.
You're welcome. Just keep it. Amber and I have some business to attend to now. See you later.
See you. Everyone's gone. Seems like they've all got their own stuff to do now. Oh, you know what? We've been on Dragonspine all this time, and somehow Paimon still forgot to ask Albedo about how... Maybe we should try Timaeus again. He does seem pretty eager to please after all.
Vale. A ver, yo hay algo que me ha rayado mucho. Y es el tema de... Lo que digo... ¿Puede que el padre de Joel sea el amiguito? A ver. Nos volvemos a ver. ¿Cómo va todo? Está feliz de que estés de vuelta. Es que me ha dejado rayado, ¿eh? Bueno, vamos a Mondstadt y vamos a ver qué pasa ahora. Donde había empezado toda la aventura, ¿no? Vale, venimos aquí. No sé, a ver, el acto 3, de momento lo que digo, ha sido un evento que tengo que decir que para mí de los mejores del juego, ¿eh? O sea, me ha gustado mucho esa historia con la parte oscura, ¿no? La parte más siniestra de Espina Dragón. Y aquí, pues un poco vamos avanzando. Vamos a ver qué pasará con Timaeus. A ver.
Traveler and Paimon, what can I do for you? Wait a minute. You've got that mischievous look on your face. Oh, you're not still thinking about that ridiculous juicer thing, are you?
Timaeus, will you help us?
A ver. ¿Cómo que no? ¿Eres tú la que quiere eso?
Well, if the Traveler isn't really interested, then, yeah, maybe I'll give this one a pass. It's just the weirdest request ever.
No, but Paimon's Sunsetias are gonna go to waste without it.
And the time it would take me to research something like that, I could probably pick those Sunsetias again 10 times over.
New research project, Timaeus?
¿Eh?
We meet again.
Oh, Albedo, thank goodness. So the situation is, Paimon wants a machine that can turn fruit into juice and keep the juice fresh. I mean, surely it's...
Majorly important, that's what it is. If you can manage to invent this, we'll never have to worry about fruit going bad ever again.
That's impossible.
¿Eh? Espera, su cuello.
Turning fruit into juice is not hard, but keeping it fresh is more difficult. But if you simply want to keep the fruit from rotting, there are many ways to achieve this. Right, traveler?
Tu cuello.
What about his neck?
What's wrong? Is there something on my neck?
No, no es nada.
From the look on your face, it's as if you thought I just played a practical joke on you that was in exceedingly poor taste.
La cara del prota es de... Así que sí que era una broma.
Albedo, you were saying, how do you stop fruit from going bad?
Well, one way would be to bury your fruit on Dragonspine, where the snow never melts all year round.
But then Paimon won't be able to eat them.
You could always live on Dragonspine.
No, too cold for Paimon.
Or you can give the fruit to me, and I would take it to Dragonspine for you. But since you don't like the cold, you'd have to send someone else to pick them up when you want them.
Ese soy yo.
This is where you come in,
Lo
Traveler.
sabía.
Suddenly sounds a lot more feasible with other people doing all the work.
Fruit buried on Dragonspine will stay fresh for much longer. However, it is also possible that the fruit will sprout and grow. Who knows? Maybe the next time you visit, it will have grown into an orchard. You can water the trees, add fertilizer, and when they finally bear fruit, you will have some fresh Suncedias.
No way! Then Paimon will have to be a gardener. That's
Ella lo que quiere es no hacer nada.
Oh? Well, I don't think being a gardener is so bad.
¿Paimon de jardinera? No me esperaba que Albedo bromease con esas cosas. ¿Acaso no sabe lo que significa esa marca?
Albedo! Stop trying to get your hands on Paimon's super sweet Suncedias!
It bothers you, does it?
Of course it bothers Paimon! They are the rarest, super duper sweetest Suncedias ever!
Okay, but they're just Suncedias. I think you're only so attached to them when someone's pockets are full and their spirit is fulfilled. They don't easily fall prey to this kind of yearning.
Really?
Ya veo, tiene sentido. Ahí está. Misión completada. Vale, y esta ahora es lo de los muñecos de nieve, ¿no? Vale. Vamos a hablar un momentito con Albedo, me queda con dudas.
Dragonspine is too cold for ordinary fruit trees. If, one day, life may exist in...
Vale, o sea, a ver, este es Albedo, obviamente, pero... El tema es, ¿el padre de Joel será el padre de Joel? No lo sé, me he quedado con esa duda. Decidme en comentarios qué pensáis vosotros de este final, ¿no? Me lo he pasado en grande, ha sido un acto muy chulo. Y nada más que decir, si os ha gustado el vídeo, como siempre, dejad el buen like. Yo ahora continuaré grabando un poquito el vídeo de los minijuegos y demás para traeroslo en cuanto pueda. Así que, hasta la próxima.